Hello there and welcome back to Persona 3 Reload. I am Omegas, and without further ado, Persona 3 Reload.
Hey. What? So, what do you want? What's this supposed to be? Why do you have this? Oh, now I get it. Kirijo put you up to this.
Picked up on that fast.
She's tried this a few times already. I knew this envelope looked familiar. Think for yourself for once. Don't just go along with what everyone asks.
I'm worried about you too.
Mind your own damn business. Why are you all like this? But I guess you can't. Explains why you've accepted being leader. We done? Get out of here. Hey. Thanks for going through all that trouble. Maybe I'll treat you to a meal sometime. What? You got a problem with that?
How about right now?
I told you to get going. I already got plans. It doesn't matter. I'll be back by tonight. That's why I rejoined in the first place.
I decided to go back to the dorm without Aragaki. I was able to give Aragaki the letter without getting intimidated. I feel like courage has improved.
Oh, welcome back. Oh,
So dance, if you wanna go ahead. You can do whatever. Chilling on my bed, I'm out in my biz. So mind your own biz, whatever like is. We gon' flow with the set. Hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire every day. We inspire but never expires.
Oh.
But we gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow. You know.
thanks. I'm thinking of using the cabbage in the fridge to make a cream stew. I've heard it's healthy from leaf to core, so I'll go ahead and use the entire thing. As you can see, I've done my homework. Did you come prepared?
Looking forward to it.
I'm back on my game after making that perfect chicken sauté. This'll be no problem at all. Okay, less talking, more cooking. I'll handle the main dish with the cabbage. So how about you start on the rice and stuff?
The cream stew is mild and delicious. Cabbage cream stew.
I'm stuffed. We made short work of that, huh? So, how'd you like today's meal?
Yum!
Oh, you said it! You actually said yum! Finally! I just had to get you to say it today. Hey, remember what I said the very first time we cooked together? That I'd make it so delicious you couldn't help saying yum. I'm pretty stubborn, you know. But I gotta say, it's nice seeing the look on someone's face when they're eating something they really like. It's not just about proving myself. It's that I really wanted to see that smile again. What, did that make me sound selfless? Sorry, but this is still a two-way street. Next time, it's your turn to do something for me. Let's make some yummy memories together.
After a successful meal, Yukari is smiling warmly. Use the SP cost of recovery. That is so good!
Thanks for today. Let's do this again when you have some time. Okay, let's hurry and get this cleaned up.
That is so good. That actually does mitigate not having Divine Grace. She can now use Media Rahan. And it'll actually be worth it because the SP cost won't be that high anymore.
Good morning. This is Elizabeth.
Yes.
I am calling to inform oneness this time in particular. I believe this human is an acquaintance of yours.
What?
Goodbye now.
What? It seems that someone I know is lost in Tartarus. If I don't save them, the consequences could be irreversible. Well. That's different.
Our next topic. Right.
No one else is gonna be here today, but they said we still can't give you back your evoker.
I wasn't expecting them to. That's why I'm in here in the first place.
Oh yeah, how's that cut doing? Ah, right. Probably healed already, huh? So, you're not drawing today?
Does it matter?
Well, not really. Huh. Your flowers wilted. The heat must have got to them. Oh, I know. Why don't I go buy you some fresh ones? What's your favorite kind of... Hey, what's wrong? Huh? Flowers? Those are cut flowers, right? Oh, how'd you do that?
I gave them a little bit of my energy.
I didn't know your healing powers could do stuff like that. It's like a miracle or something.
It's nothing special. You have powers too, don't you? This is just another form they can take.
Well, yeah, I guess. But that's about all I've got going for me. Without this power, I'd be a nobody. I just talk a big game, pretending like I'm some kind of hero. But in reality, I don't know what the hell I'm fighting for. In fact, I don't even really have a good reason to live.
A good reason to live? Good reason.
When I was a kid, I had this silly dream.
A dream?
I used to want to grow up to be a pro baseball player. Pretty stupid, huh? But I guess that's part of being a kid.
I wouldn't really know. I don't remember much from my childhood. I only remember one thing. Being surrounded by white. Everything was white. I hate hospitals.
Oh, you do. Sorry.
But you've been coming to see me here, so I don't mind as much this time.
Chidori. You mean it? Then I'll come to see you every day.
I see now.
Oh! Okay, shopping for club stuff is done. Good thing you came with me. I didn't realize there was so much to buy. Also, I wasn't really in the mental state to do this alone today.
What happened?
Oh, nothing major. I was exaggerating a bit. It's still bothering me, though. In today's classic literature pop quiz, I didn't know any of the answers. And before I knew it, I dozed off. I ended up handing in a blank paper.
That's bad.
Tell me about it. And then Mr. Akoda got all pissed off. He called me to the faculty office and even yelled at me about the length of my skirt. I had to listen to Mr. Akoda lecture me for the longest time. He was all like, at this rate you'll end up as a good-for-nothing adult, and you're not putting enough thought into your future. Come on, it's way too early to worry about the future, isn't it? We're still just teenagers.
That's true.
Right? We should be allowed to enjoy ourselves now, while we still can. Honestly, I haven't really thought about my future at all. I'm working hard for the track team, so I think that's good enough for now. As for the future, well, I've got plenty of time to think about it later. I guess this isn't the best place for a long conversation, huh? I'm gonna go drop these off at the storage room. See ya! Ouch!
Ow!
Hey, it's dangerous to be running around here. Wait, aren't you...
Oh, Auntie Yuko!
How many times do I have to tell you? You can call me Big Sis, nothing else.
Oh no, they're gonna catch me! See ya, Auntie!
Hey, wait! And he's gone. That kid lives across the street from me. Why on earth are they playing tag in a place like this? I mean, it's dangerous, right? You should go play in the schoolyard or something. Oh no, the school gate is gonna close soon. I'll see you at practice.
After saying goodbye to Yuko, I decided to go back to the dorm.
Oh, you're back.
By the way... Gee...
So dance. If you wanna go ahead, free to do whatever.
I have no idea.
Yes.
Biz. So mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we will flow with the hey, feeling the fire,
Hey.
the burning desire every day. We're inspired, but never expires. But we gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow. You know.
I mean, in all fairness, I still have quite a bit.
What? We're having Katsudan again. Got it? Don't give me that look. We got a lot of pork because it was cheap. Part of me thinks starting with fried food might be hard, but the basics are pretty much the same. You're a real oddball, you know that? Asking me to teach you how to cook. Why do you want to learn so much?
I want to be popular. I just felt like it.
Ugh. You don't really think things through, do you? Well, whatever. It can't hurt to know.
I mean, that's usually why people start learning things. It's just because they want to or they felt like it. There doesn't have to always be an underlying meaning after all. just having a passing interest can eventually blossom into either a hardcore hobby or an obsession, depending on the person.
I was taught how to cook by someone else too. So, when I see someone who wants to learn, I can kinda relate. Alright, that's enough rambling. Let's get started. You're gonna do it this time. So first, get the meat ready. When you're frying something, stick a chopstick in the oil and check for little bubbles. Wait, you're putting on too much heat. The meat ain't gonna taste good if it's too tough. Pretty good job, considering it was your first try. You still got room for improvement though, especially in the way you handle the knife and fryer. But if you're serious about it, then just practice.
Exquisite katsudon.
Alright, let's clean up. You ain't done cooking until everything's put away, so don't slack off.
Hi, it's been a while.
Ayo.
3 seasons have passed since we met. Time goes by so quickly. And in that time, many things change. But at the same time, some things in this world will always remain the same. Don't you agree?
That's true, everything changes. Yeah, that's true.
I see. If that's what you say, then it must be true. Talking with you has stirred up certain memories. Like that tower, for one. It's been on my mind a lot lately. I wonder, will our relationship stay the same? Or will it evolve? No matter what the future holds, you and I will always be friends. That much is certain.
For some reason, Pharos is smiling sadly. Our bond has strengthened.
I'll see you again. But until then, good night.
Yep, that works. I'm doing that. But first, Tanaka! Time to shut up, the Tanaka.
It's amazing! Good, good. Not bad. So dance. If you wanna go ahead, free to do whatever. I'm chilling on my bed. I'm out in my biz, so mind
So, right? Um, oh, well,
Oh, right.
think.
So dance. If you wanna go ahead.
Jeez.
Whatever, I'm chilling on my bed.
Hey!
I'm out in my
Yes.
biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we gon' flow
Yes.
with it, say. Hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire.
I see.
Every day we inspire, but never expires.
Excuse me.
We gon' chill today, then
Yeah.
rock the world tomorrow. You know?
Hey! Uh-huh.
Let me think.
All right! I'm using different beans today. I went to a coffee shop and bought some real ones this time. I made sure to store them in the fridge, and I only ground them right before brewing. I also learned you need to be mindful of how hot the water is, as well as how you pour it.
You did a great job.
Yes, I practiced with the cheaper beans from before since I can't afford too many of the expensive ones. Although, it was hard to drink all that coffee, so I added a lot of milk and sugar. Well then, let's drink, shall we? Cheers! It's still really bitter. So bitter. But it's not only that. I could actually taste some of the sweetness and richness this time. The beans and brewing technique can make a huge difference, huh? Oh, and the smell was great too. I'm feeling a little nostalgic, actually. Thanks for joining me. You can go on ahead. I'm gonna practice a little more to try and get the hang of this. Let's make some more if we ever get the chance. First I gotta use the bathroom. I drank a lot while I was practicing today.
Hey there! You know what? Ah. Attention, please. Wow!
They're soulmates.
Yes! Hey! See ya!
Hey. Yeah. 2 specials.
2 specials coming right up.
What's wrong? Not hungry?
That's not it.
Alright then. Well, you're still growing. You can handle at least 1 bowl of ramen. Because I said I'd treat you. I can't go back on my word. It's bad for my conscience.
You're so faithful.
That's supposed to be a compliment?
you go. 2 specials.
Point is, you don't go back on your word. Especially when it comes to something you promised.
Let's eat.
Right. Don't want the noodles to get soggy. I was thinking earlier, you really don't take any shit. Even from your elders. I respect straightforwardness. Less trouble that way. Let's finish up and get the hell out of here.
Welcome back. Were you together? Wait, Aragaki. Have you considered returning to school at all? It's been some time since second semester started. Regarding your attendance, it'd be best if you went back as soon as possible.
Having second thoughts?
I got the paperwork, but I don't remember saying anything about turning it in. What's the point anyhow? I got no business there.
Then why did you come back here? I apologize. It isn't my place to ask that. Everything is my fault. I shouldn't have gotten you or Akihiko involved.
Cut that out. I'm the one who chose to join you back then. However things turned out after that has nothing to do with you. I didn't know what I was capable of. That's all there is to it.
Then why are you so determined not to return to school? You'll be throwing your future away if you don't go back.
You can't force him.
Right. I apologize. I was out of line. I don't plan on forcing you into anything, like I did in the past. What's important is it's your own decision, Aragaki.
Looks like you have changed. Just a little bit. You always used to avoid relying on people. Not so much of a lone wolf anymore, huh?
The only choice we have is to keep moving forward. That goes for myself, Akihiko, and you. So please, Aragaki, just give it another chance.
What are you guys up to? Looks like a pretty serious discussion. Let me guess. Miss President is lecturing the delinquent on the importance of his education?
Akihiko!
Well, I'll be damned. For a protein-fueled, muscle-bound moron, you're pretty smart.
Protein-fueled, muscle-bound moron.
What was that?
See ya, Miss President. This delinquent's gonna go to his room and think about his bad choices.
Wait, we're not finished yet. Akihiko, why are you like this?
Huh? What just happened? Was it something I said?
Bad timing. Muscle-bound moron. Bad timing, man.
Well, that's not my fault. It's nothing new. I'll just apologize later.
I feel like my charm has improved after hearing Aragaki's perspective.
That reminds me.
Salut.
So dance. If you wanna go ahead.
I see.
Whatever, I'm chilling on my bed. I'm out in my biz. So mind your own
Ah.
biz. Whatever like is.
Oh, yeah.
We gon' flow with the set. Hey, hey, hey. Feeling the fire with the burning desire every day. Brings fire but never expires.
Man, our hero took an underdog baseball team that didn't even have enough players all the way to nationals. No matter how tough the rival or desperate the situation, the hero always ends up finding a way. Hey, we're technically a team too, aren't we? Means we need a hotshot of our own, right?
We're all hot shots.
Sounds an awful lot like Hero Talk to me. Share some of that glory, why don't ya? Hotshot or not, the others have got so much personality. Kinda like the characters in a manga. Either way, kinda blows that real life can't be like how it is in a manga. Anywho, on to the next page. Oh yeah, that's right! Just before the big game, the hero collapses! All after getting everyone together, training like crazy, becoming a hotshot hitter, and carrying the whole team all by himself! Dying to know what happens next, huh? And I'll borrow the rest of the volume from my buddy, Ronto.
Yo.
Don't underestimate them. Gosh damn it.
Hello. Uh-huh.
Scratching of pencils echoes throughout the art room. It's been so fun that the hours flew by.
Let's wrap up for today. Good work, everyone.
Whew, all done.
All right, let's clean up and go home.
This has been happening a lot lately. It's just a little headache. I don't think it's anything to worry about.
You should really figure out what's causing the pain. It might lead to serious complications down the road. Does anywhere else hurt? Are your nose and throat all right? Does it feel like your head is in a vice?
Uraga is getting the details of Fuka's symptoms.
Oh boy, here we go. Keisuke-senpai strikes again. Yamagishi-san won't be going anywhere for a while.
Strikes again.
If someone isn't feeling well, he always tries to figure out what's wrong. And it doesn't matter when or where. Once he starts, it takes forever.
So an aspiring doctor.
Keisuke-senpai's dad's the director of a big hospital, and he's an only child. I guess he just can't stand to see people suffer. I bet he'll end up going to medical school.
So the pain's originating from the back of your head? Could you turn around, please? Don't worry. It's just a chronic tension-type headache. Most likely the result of stress. You might be spending too much time in front of the computer. Try to get outside and exercise more. It must seem funny to get medical advice from the head of the art club.
I was worried I'd come down with the flu or something.
You know? Maybe not. I mean, if we consider history, weren't most of the greatest medical practitioners to a certain extent artists? I mean, most philosophers were partially medical experts, weren't they? Not to mention,
In that case, I can do a more thorough check.
the only one that really comes to mind though is Leonardo da Vinci. He was quite adept in every sense of the word when it came to the field of knowledge. Like, he even has, if I recall, Leonardo da Vinci was not only a great artist, but also he used that to sketch and catalog everything he could discover with regards to biology.
Could you remove your shirt? Also, open your mouth and stick out your tongue.
What? That's okay. I'm fine. Besides, our dorm isn't far, so he can accompany me back.
Sorry. Wait, you two live in the dorms? I guess I see it in Yamagishi-san. She seems like the well-adjusted type. I bet you're a great cook. Do you take care of the laundry? Is living alone hard?
I think Hiraga has taken an interest in me.
Sorry, Yamagishi-san. I forgot about your condition. I know it's close, but I don't think you should be walking home. Why don't I call you a taxi? Though a bumpy taxi ride might make your headache worse. Maybe a limousine would be better.
That's okay. I'm fine, really. Welcome back.
If you wanna go ahead, free to do whatever. I'm chilling on my bed. I'm out in my bed.
Yes.
So mind your own biz. Whatever like is. We go
So,
hey, feeling the fire with the burning desire every day. We inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow. You know?
Senpai?
I heard some noise.
Sorry, I knocked over some stuff while I was cleaning. I guess sound travels really well around here. I'll be more careful. Okay then, good night. Senpai? Actually, there's something I'd like to talk about. Will you come in? Sorry it's so messy in here. This won't take long. I actually have a favor to ask of you. You see, I have a pet hamster. I got him when I was living with my mom, and he's been with me ever since, so I decided to bring him here. If, for some reason, I don't make it back here in the future, then this little guy will be all alone. So, could you help look after him if that happens?
That won't happen.
Of course. I have you guys with me, so I won't go down easily. But you never know, right? It was the same with my mom. Everything happened so suddenly. So please, I can even provide a little something as thanks. I'll give you all my allowance, and the rest of my New Year's money. And I'll give you all the comics here, plus whatever else you want.
Hypothetically speaking.
Okay, that works for me. Well, aren't you the lucky one? But when that happens, you better listen to him, okay?
What's his name?
His name, it's Hamburger.
Sounds delicious.
Well, you can't eat him! But you know what? I think my mom laughed and said the same thing back then. Anyways, thank you so much. That's a big relief. There's not much time left now. Sorry again for the disturbance. Could you apologize to everyone else for me? It's getting late, so I'm going to bed soon. Actually, can I ask you one more thing? Everyone in this dorm is so kind. They always come up to me for a casual chat, and they treat me like a normal person. Sure, there were plenty of adults who showed concern for me, but I feel like the people here are a little different. And you came to check in on me again today, but why? Why does everyone here care about what happens to me?
Because we're a team.
A team? I only just joined, but you already think of me as one of your own? I guess that was a weird question, wasn't it? Sorry, don't mind me, but maybe I should have asked sooner. I don't know if I'll be able to fully repay you for your kindness, but I'll do my best. Okay then. Good night. Senpai! I'm really glad you came. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I won't let you down.
I left the silent hallway and returned to my room. My courage has improved.
Hey, dude!
Seriously?
Actually...
My bad. Thanks. I got a favor to ask ya. Give this to Kirijo. Preferably while you're at school. I haven't suddenly decided to go back to school or anything. That's a form to extend my leave of absence. Don't make much sense to be in an extracurricular squad if I get expelled. But I'll drop it if I can stay absent from school.
Turn this in yourself.
You got a point there, but that'd end up being more of a pain than it's worth. It should be pretty easy to hand it off if you do it at school. I'll pay you back for this, so help me out, alright?
Have you talked to Sanada?
This has nothing to do with him. Besides, I already know what Aki would say.
Huh. I don't see you two together very often.
What you talking about?
What are you guys doing back here in the middle of the day?
What you talking about? I've been hanging out with Shinjiro quite frequently.
That envelope. I'm guessing that's not the form for returning to school. Hey, if Shinji keeps this up, you'll be his classmates next year. You and Junpei should practice addressing him casually. In fact, go ahead and boss him around a bit.
I'd rather get expelled. We're gonna finish the battle this year. I've got no reason to stay enrolled after that.
Shinji, you know exactly how concerned Mitsuro is about you. You know what this form means to her, don't you? Don't tell me you forgot your promise.
Sorry. Didn't want to drag you into my problems, but still counting on you for that.
I've never seen Shinji ask someone else for help with his own problems before. He'd never say it out loud. But I think he really trusts you.
Not as much as you, though.
I don't know. Yeah, we've known each other a long time, but sometimes being too close to somebody can have its drawbacks. I'm not gonna nag Shinji about going back to school anymore. Just do what you think is best. I'll leave it to you.
So now that Senpai didn't say much on the walk back to the dorm. Looks like my academics has improved. Whoa. What? That feels more like it should have improved charm or courage. Why academics?
Oh, welcome back. Unbelievable.
I want you to wear. I'm sorry.
Well, that's so By the way,
Yeah. I owe you one. I recently expanded my outdoor exercise regimen, and I wanted to boost my nutrition and match. So I got some pork liver today because it's supposed to be rich in iron. But I don't think it'll taste like much if I just boil it like usual. That's why I'm gonna try cooking a pork liver stir fry. I already looked up how to make it. Think you can help out?
You bet.
Good to hear. You like this dish too? I've already cleaned the meat ahead of time. All that's left is to cook the liver, then stir the chives and bean sprouts in. And that should be it. Wow, this is great! I guess it was a good thing I took the time for all that prep. They say a boxing match is decided before the bell even rings. Maybe this is kind of the same thing.
Isn't this precisely part of preparing before a boxing match, though? Iron athlete meal.
Oh, sorry. Obviously, this wouldn't have been possible without your help. I've still got a lot to learn. But it's hard to make time for it with all my training and stuff. Maybe if I attach weights to the pan when I'm flipping, I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Don't do that, that's highly dangerous and you could end up burning the kitchen. Or at least don't do it with an open flame. I guess do it if you're not actually cooking.
Hey. Nah. Huh?
Hello. Thank you.
Tell me what's going on.
I don't think I ever told you about how things were before you joined. C's originally started off with only 3 members. Back in middle school, I invited Akihiko to join, and Aragaki followed him soon after. We had no idea what we were doing back then. We were young, inexperienced, and we had almost no intel to work off of.
Aragaki sure does look weird in the normal uniform.
We could barely even make it past the entrance to Tartarus back then. Actually exploring the tower like we're doing now was nothing more than a pipe dream. Even with all our shortcomings, we worked decently as a team. As peers, it was easy for us to connect, and the work was hard but fulfilling.
I wish I could have seen it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not complaining about our current circumstances. We've discovered how to eliminate the Dark Hour, and we've since grown much stronger. However, after what happened in Yakushima, and with Aragaki rejoining, it's hard not to remember the old days. Maybe I'm so concerned about re-enrolling him in school because I'm still living in the past.
Living in the past.
Yes. Sometime after we started working as a team, we all came to an agreement. We promised we'd all graduate together. No one left behind. Akihiko was just as reckless back then, too.
Hey, he actually doesn't look shabby now that he's just standing properly. I guess it was just the angle of how he was swinging his axe that made it look weird.
Aragaki was always the one reminding him that our lives were at stake. Although his wording certainly wasn't quite so thoughtful.
I can imagine.
It suits him, doesn't it? I guess you've gotten to know him well. Ever since he left the team, he's acted like he's wanted to punish himself. It's almost like he just wants to waste away. I'm hoping he'll remember his promise and take a step back and look at himself. That's why I gave you the paperwork to get him back in school. That was my last hope, but I suppose it didn't work out. I'll tell Akihiko myself. All right, I'll take this. I'll start on the process for extending his leave of absence.
It seems like Mitsuro and Sanada-senpai were really hoping Aragaki would return to school. I should think carefully about whether to hand this over or not.
What's the matter?
Wait a minute.
Oh, sure. What's wrong, though? Is it missing a page? I'll let you handle it then. Make sure to let Aragaki know as well.
I took the leave of absence extension form and left the student council room. I will look for Aragaki and get him to reconsider. It's dark down there. Wait, I can actually go in there?
What? Huh? So, are you still carrying that thing around?
I couldn't hand it over.
Looks like you're not just playing errand boy this time. Sorry, but I'm not going back to school. Since it's you, I guess I'll say it. I ain't gonna live much longer. I'm getting by on meds right now, but that won't last forever. This is probably the part where I ask God for a miracle, but that's never worked for me. This is my body we're talking about. I know it better than anyone. And I know there's nothing I can do.
Here you go! 2 specials!
Eat up. The noodles are getting soggy. I know it seems like I wasted your time, but it's the good memories that stay with you and get people through their struggles. But it's also the mistakes you made that haunt you forever. You gotta use what time I have left to set things straight. I don't have the luxury of doing anything else.
Don't forget your promise.
Damn. You really don't mince your words, do you? But you know, that ain't so bad. It's way more refreshing than having someone keep quiet because they're scared of hurting my feelings. That's gotta be why they depend on you so much. Aki and Kirijo are fighting with way more confidence than they had 2 years ago. Yeah, you're just something special. But look, if you got time to waste on me, then go spend it on someone else. Like Amada. He's still just a kid. He's way in over his head. I'm still gonna do whatever I can to help. But after that, I'm counting on you. I'll hold on to this, yeah. I should have been the one to hand it in. Sorry I put that on you. You can head on outside. I'm paying today. Thanks. Money's on the counter.
Thanks! Come again!
Aragaki and I quietly headed back to the dorm. I feel like Aragaki's trust in me has given me courage. Okay.
Unbelievable! What?
Perhaps.
I have a theory.
So dance.
Fair enough.
Wanna go ahead. Free to do whatever. I'm chilling on my bed. I'm minding my biz. So mind your own biz. Whatever like is. We gon' flow with the set. Hey, hey, hey. Feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire but never expires. But we gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow. You know.
On the blow dry too. Oromaru has gotten even more comfortable. Ah, that's so cute. Oromaru brought this bomb of life. Where exactly did you get this from? That's actually a really good item.
Hey there. Oh. Nah.
The clouds look ominous. I should head back to the door.
This is the first time we've met during the day. Let's have a chat while the opportunity presents itself.
What about the typhoon?
That doesn't concern me. Now, let's be off. I understand one of my group has caused you some trouble. Is she in good health? It must be difficult looking after her. After all, you likely can't rein her in for very long. Or could it be you've already killed her?
She's fine for now. We don't kill people.
So you're keeping her alive? Then I take it you've had to use the suppressants. As I'd expect from Kirijo's resourcefulness. And you now have someone with first-hand experience among your number as well. If you already know about the suppressants, that simplifies things. Can you imagine it? A persona user murdered by their other half. Such is the fate of a persona that has gone berserk. As you have already seen for yourself. This power of ours is not meant to be wielded by just anyone. That holds true even for those who were awakened by force. It comes at a great cost, and we can only harness it by walking the line between life and death. This power makes us who we are. And yet, you hold the ability to wield so many. The Dark Hour has graced you with its favor, almost unjustly so from our perspective. Now, I ask you, don't you think it'd be a shame for you to lose such a special power?
It's for my friends.
You stubbornly cling to that sentiment. Do you have no intention of understanding anything? Choosing to turn a blind eye towards your own power, to the grief of the fallen, the unchosen, the unloved. Such apathy, such insolence. You trample upon everything we stand for. And worst of all, your rejection of mine.
Getting quite emotional there, aren't you, Takaya?
You tread upon your gifts like dirt, and in doing so, reveal your own arrogance. It disgusts me. I see now that nothing will change your mind. If our beliefs are at odds with each other, and neither side is willing to concede, then a battle is unavoidable. Our final confrontation will come in our own time. You have been blessed with a power greater than any other, and yet you don't see its true value. Such a shame.
I'm drenched from the rain. My whole body is shivering.
Huh.
According to the news, a typhoon just hit. Apparently, it's the biggest one on record. It's moving slowly too, so it'll be gloomy for a while.
Yeah, thanks to that, the school festival got canned. Well, less work for us in the end, I guess. Still sucks we'll be stuck indoors for vacation, though. So, what you gonna do over break?
Nothing special.
I always did picture you as a guy with too much free time. What about you, Fuka?
Me? The only thing I plan to do is go to the movies.
Ooh, a movie? Do you have a date?
It's not like that. I'm going with Natsuki-chan. We actually talk about movies all the time. But with this typhoon, I don't know if we'll make it.
How about you, Yucatan? Still gonna have practice?
I don't know. The archery range is outside, so it's most likely canceled until the storm blows over.
Same here. This stupid typhoon is gonna mess up my training.
You gotta be booked, right, Kirijo-senpai?
I'm not sure yet. Why are you so curious about our business, Iori?
Oh, me? Well, I'd be happy to tell you about my plans.
I suspect that you will be visiting Chidori-san. Although she is in stable condition now, we still can't release her.
Man, Ai-chan, you must be psychic. And you know what? She even told me she wants me to come. Oh, man! I can't believe she said that. So I figured I should probably check up on her. You know, with the storm and all.
Mm-hmm.
What's with him? Why is he all excited?
Well...
You don't know either, huh?
Oh, Amada-kun, what are your plans during the break?
Oh, I'm not really doing anything in particular.
Come on, you gotta be doing something.
Oh, I'll probably go visit the shrine.
Dude, you're a kid, not an old man.
I always go to pray, though. I guess you could say I have a wish I want granted. Anyway, I'm going back to my room. I've got a lot of homework to do.
Oh, okay. Just holler if you get stuck, yeah?
I feel a bit under the weather. Maybe I should head to bed early tonight.
Hello there. I have a suggestion.
Nah.
Yeah, bummer.
Hello there. I have a...
Oh, that works.
Yeah. By the way,
Let's see.
Is it really that bad? I don't think it warrants standing in front of a typhoon though. Just saying. Wait, am I actually being forced to go to bed early? Yep, I am. I'm feeling terribly chilly. I may have caught a cold. I don't think I can stay awake any longer.
I've been waiting for you. It's been quite some time since I last summoned you in your dreams. Several seasons have come and gone since I first offered you my assistance. Now then, your persona abilities. Have you been using them wisely?
Of course.
To be direct, I sense a great catastrophe in your future. But it would be a pity to lose one with such potential as yourself. Therefore, please allow me to provide you with a new form of assistance. I will unlock further secrets of fusion previously unrevealed to you. I am certain that you will find this to be of great benefit.
New combinations have been added to Special Fusion.
But for now, you must be tired. Please, rest easy. Until we meet again, farewell.
Farewell. Wow, that ate through 2 days. That typhoon sure lasted a while. I seem to have slept for a long time. It appears the typhoon has passed through the window. The sky looks clear. I feel refreshed. Today is Respect for the Age Day. The holiday lasts until the 23rd. If I don't have no one to hang out with, I can use that time to raise Chihiro using the shrine. What? Special programs? This works! But first, to the roof. I said to the roof!
So dance. If you wanna go ahead, free to do whatever. I'm chilling on my bed. I'm out in my biz, so mind your own biz.
Might as well. I guess I'll end the episode on the night of this day. How the tables have turned. Yes, that works. Perfect.
Oh, welcome back.
This is perfect. I can end the episode on this time. But, just in case, I'm gonna visit the Velvet Room first before ending it. Out of caution that there may be further scenes and such.
Good day. Here are my requests. Wonderful. Oh my. You have my thanks.
Do not drink that. That's not meant for drinking, though that probably won't really affect you. I get the feeling you'd survive even drinking silicone oil somehow. Not sure why.
Very well then.
Probably because you're technically a metaphysical being, so you don't technically have a digestive tract to get corroded and destroyed, I suppose.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Alright then. This is a good ending point, so thank you very much for watching. I sincerely hope you enjoyed Persona 3 Reload. Kindly consider liking, commenting, or subscribing down below if possible, please and thank you. And, well, I wish I had a better ending note aside from the usual. Unfortunately, I don't. So, with that as our ending note, I bid you all bye-bye. For now, anyway.